Okay. All right. So I think it started to record. I will start off. Um, I'm thinking of keeping this meeting more of a question and answer kind of thing. So because that way I will understand the kind of understanding that we have and the kind of information that everybody in the meeting right now wants to know. And it would be more interesting that way rather than me just presenting something. So I will give a little brief about what had happened in the past 2 years as an international student in my life. So the first thing that I have done when I was back in India, oh, I'm from India. And so the first thing that I have done when I was back in India was I wanted to do masters somewhere abroad. So I wasn't sure where to go. I wasn't sure which course to take, and I've made a lot of mistakes in the beginning with the decisions. But I'm glad I'm here today. Uh, the first thing that I think any international student has to think about before coming to any abroad country or to UK is what are they planning on doing in the next 10 years. So are they are they seeing themselves as a PhD um, researcher, or are they seeing themselves working in the UK, or are they seeing themselves studying in the UK and going back to their country and working there? Because this is I think this is the most important step for any individual, regardless, because every country has a different kind of market, and it is important to research about the kind of market that the country is having, like the leading if it is in IT, or if they have a huge requirement in medical department, or if they have a huge requirement in electronic, because this will take us there. So if when I did my research, I found a really interesting thing about UK is one of the most demanding jobs is a teacher. So teacher is really good job in UK. If you can do it, you can be a teacher in UK and make really good money and get a really good exposure. So few of my other friends were planning on coming to UK, studying their masters, and going back to India and working something else there. So in that case, I think it's very important for them to do the kind of research that is required in India or the country that they come from. So when I came here, I wasn't a computer science student when I came here. I did my bachelor's as a computer in computer science, but when I came here, I took MBA. So then when I first started attending the classes, I realized I'm not good at it. I have no idea what's going on in the class. I didn't understand a single word. So that's when I took an immediate action. And I thought, okay, I'm actually good at computer science. Let me just do something in computer science rather than experimenting something else. So I think this is where the our decision comes into play, the most important decision. Should you pursue your dream, or should you pursue the thing that you are good at? So I think with the age that I was in, like I just completed my bachelor's and I had some time spared. I thought I can experiment, but you know, UK is not like any other country. So we have like time constraints as an international student. We have visa constraints. Someone is literally chasing behind you to get a visa, or you're going to leave the country. So you have to choose something which you are really good at. So I thought, okay, I'm good at computer science. I know it. I at least can name the things in computer science. So I thought I would do something in computer science, but rather different. So that's when I did my research. I realized that data science is the next booming technology for at least 10 to 15 years after this. So I was lucky that there were still seats in my university, even when I was in MBA in the beginning. Sorry. And I I switched to data science, and it was a wonderful journey since then. I was in a constant competition, and I think I was 2 weeks behind the curriculum. and it was hard for me to catch up in the beginning, but the lecturers were very helpful. Trust me, the lecturers in UK are really helpful, and they help you get through every single thing that you ever want to. And the knowledge that they hold is like immense, and you kind of get jealous of how much they know about the subject. So that is a really good step that I've taken. And the next important thing that I think we have to keep in mind is our financial status. So when someone thinks about going to masters and doing a course, I think the very default thing that comes up in their mind is, okay, what is the topmost university in UK? Let me just go to that. But we have to remember that UK fees is in pounds, and I come from India, and our the I think there's a huge difference in the economy status, and it is more important to adjust your financial status according to the no, adjust the university that you're choosing according to your financial status. So I felt it wasn't important to me to join in topmost university. So I chose a medium ranked, somewhere like 10th or 15th ranked university. I studied in Cardiff Metropolitan University, and I have no regrets. So the education standard is really well. I've gotten all the help that I need, and I also got a job. So with their assistance, so it's proven to be good. So no matter, I think the bottom line is, no matter which university you join in, it depends on you, on yourself, how dedicated you are to the course, and how focused you are on in getting the job. So I will talk about a few challenges that I can't literally talk about all of the challenges because there's a lot, but a few of the main challenges that I faced here are, the first thing is finding friends. So finding friends was a huge challenge to me, and it is still continuing to be a challenge to me, to be honest. So I used to make friends, and then it didn't match for me, and then I used to move on. And I think that is very important because when I came here, I was only given 1 year visa. So if I didn't get a job within 1 year of time, I would be in India by now. So it is important to find people around you who are able to support you in that journey, or at least they should not pull you back. If you're doing something for yourself, they should not be holding you back or something like that. So it's very important for you to find friends. In my case, I chose my family to be my friends. So there was a point when I didn't have any friends with me. So that's when I decided, okay, I have genuine people in my life, which is my family. So I just used to call them every day and just talk to them about everything that's happening in my life, and it actually worked really well. And trust me, they are the only person who are genuinely wishing the best for you. So if you want to get a suggestion, the first thing is turn to your family. So yeah, that's what I did, and I'm happy that I did that right now. And the second is a challenging thing that I found is getting a job. So I came here in September 2019, and from I think I remember from October 1st, just 15 days after I came to UK, I started applying for jobs. I know I wasn't eligible to apply right away, but I just wanted to go to the interviews and get rejected, just so I know the kind of questions they are asking, and to get myself prepared for the future. So yeah, as I was predicting, I was applying to a lot of different jobs, be it internships and or full-time jobs or part-time jobs. You know what? No matter what job that was available or that was posted in somewhere, I went there and I just applied for it. But you never know which is going to land for you, and you can never expect. And I think when I first started this meeting, I think I told you UK is not like other countries. So a few when you're searching for a job, I think you have to search for a job in the stream that you studied. So you don't have many options either. So I am doing a computer science, the data science, which is a path of the computer science. So I have to search for jobs in the path in order for me to get eligible to be eligible for my visa status. So I had little options. So I went forward and applied for as many jobs as I can. I think about 100 job applications a day, 50, at least 50 to 100 applications. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Yes, there was a Gmail
Sorry,
ID.
Harshita, did you say 50 to 100 applications a day?
Yes, yeah,
Wow.
like a
Thank you.
lot. Yeah,
Wow.
because I had a Gmail, like a new Gmail account set up for me when I first came here, and it just took 4 months, and all of the Gmail is full with memory. So they were like those many emails, and most of them were rejection emails, obviously. I'm telling you, it's that hard getting a job, especially with the conditions that were back then. But thankfully, now things have gotten better because the visa status, I mean, visa rules have been amended, and it's a little more easier. I think students can now breathe a little bit. Rather than getting suffocated like I did. Like after 5 months that I started, after 5 months that I came to UK, I got my first offer letter from a really good company from the one of the leading company that Barbara is working right now. So yeah, I was really happy when I got that, and just I accepted the offer, and I was really happy, and I was carrying on with my other subjects. And then a week later, I get another offer letter from another leading company, which is
Wow.
even better. Yeah, it's like magic. It's like miracle. I just wanted
Yeah.
like I just wanted like one job, and now I've got like two offer letters. So I was really in a confusion to choose which one. But my program director has suggested me that I can convert one of the jobs as my internship, and the other one I can do as a part-time job. So that's what I did, and it's been going like that for more than a year now. So yeah, that's the second most challenge, and that's how I overcame that uh, in regards to searching for a job. And another challenge that I faced is a financial challenge. I think especially people who are coming from countries like India, or which are financially, I mean, like more like developing countries rather than developed countries, where our rupee rate, or the it's less than a pound. So 1 pound is like 100 rupees. So
Yeah.
it's lesser than that. So it was important for me to not trouble my parents when I came here. So the first thing that I worked hard in was try and get a part-time job to support myself, to pay my bills. So I think it's very important for all of us to try and not put extra pressure on our parents, because they're already pressurized that we're living alone in this country with no family around, and making sure that we are financially independent, at least uh, after a few months after they come here, gives them some kind of a courage to be able to be strong. I managed to be financially independent. I mean, my fees was paid by my dad. My university fee was paid, but regarding my expenses, my rent and everything, I got a part-time job and I paid them with the part-time job. So that is very important. And when I talk about working in a part-time job, I don't recommend investing too much of time on your part-time job when you're studying. So when I studied, I only strictly stuck to 20 hours a week. And even when I was assigned lesser than 20 hours a week, I did not complain, because I only saw it as a more opportunity for me to learn and apply for more jobs and attend for interviews. So I think you have to have that kind of an open mind and be ready to be at risk. And I think it's important for you to constantly be in good touch with your parents or your family, whoever is the best supportive person for you, and to let know of all of your difficulties you're facing, so you're not doing it all alone. um, and the next important thing that I faced was finding a job in pandemic. So everybody is going on about it. So especially for an international student, I think it's equally challenging because it's very, say, it's more effective for us to talk. I mean, for you to consume whatever I'm saying because my video is on. You're looking at me, but when it comes to interviews, I think we are better at expressing ourselves in person rather than in a Zoom call or in a Teams call. So it is kind of a drawback, but you have to like work extra hard. So that was another challenge for me. And working in a company after I got a job, especially in pandemic, I think is the biggest ever challenge, because many of us, I think, are hired during the pandemic. And I think I've worked for 1 year and 3 months, I think, in the company that I worked. And I literally have no idea what a person looks like in my team, except for Barbara. So I know Barbara from from this Zoom calls, but yeah, this is the first time I'm seeing a person from my company. I literally don't know anybody in my company. I haven't seen their faces, which is weird. And when I came here, obviously that was literally the first time that I came to an international country, and keeping up with the language and the accent was kind of difficult for me. I think this is students need to talk about this more often, because it was when I was just looking at the screen, black screen, and people talking about the project and different kind of things. It felt like I was watching a Hollywood movie without subtitles or video. So it was that hard. It took about 1 or 2 months for me to get used to the accent and finally understand what they're saying. But I'm glad I worked through it, and now I'm really glad that I got over that stage. When if I see a junior joining in the company after me, and they come from a non-UK background, I think I would first ask them how they are keeping up with the language, with the accent, because UK has a lot of accents. Just because you studied in Wales doesn't mean you will get used to the accent when you go to England. England has a different accent, and I think you guys know better than me. So yeah, it's very important for us to keep up with the accent, and I found that thing is the most challenging thing. And how I overcame that is just pay more attention to it. And sometimes I would listen. There are a few meetings that were recorded. So what I used to do is, after the meeting is ended, I used to go back to the recording and listen to the meeting again, so I don't miss the important parts. So as far, if it is a really important task, and if it is the work that you're assigned with, and if you're not sure if you will understand everything pin to pin when someone is explaining to you when you're working remotely from work, I think it's important for you to ask you can record the session, so you can work on it later. Because half the time when an international student tries to listen to something, half the time they're trying to focus on understanding the language. So if you focus more on understanding the language, and it obviously diverts you from understanding the project, from understanding your work. So it's as much as you can. One important thing is make friends, make friends who are from UK. So when you talk to them, you listen to more of the accent, and you get used to the words and the kind of a language. So that's that way it helps even more to overcome that thing. And but I'm really happy that I was really patient, and I took my time to get used to everything. I think it took me about 1 month to get used to the accent and get everything, but I managed to develop myself, and to look the brighter side of this and work towards what I was going to become in another year or two. So um, And one thing that I have noticed different from my country and here is the company structure. So in my country, the most of the companies that you find are service based. So I think um, I think um, most if nobody knows about this about the company structure, I think there are like two different kinds of companies, either service based or product based. Service based companies are usually uh, offering service to someone else. So for example, I want a mobile application to be developed. So a mobile application is a product. So if I develop, if I create the mobile application by myself with a team, that is called product based. But if I ask someone else, if I reach out to another team and I ask them to do the application for me, it is a service based company. So in India, I worked in a service based company. We handled projects for someone else, for IBM or for Google, for Microsoft, or companies like that. Service based companies are a little stress less, like a little lesser in stress levels than product based. uh, when I came here, I observed that in UK you see a new startup, a new company coming up every day. So all of them, most of them are product based. So I think job wise, if you have the proper visa, and you will be able to find the right path towards landing a good job. um, and yeah, there are a lot of jobs in if it is a product based, because they need a team and they are not offering someone else a service, so they don't have to rely on someone else's budget. So it's more that way, and there are a lot of benefits. We can get into this later if you have any questions. uh, Although I'm not an expert in this kind of thing, so I'm just letting you know whatever I know. um, um, and and I think that pretty much is it. Just a second, please. I just wrote the pointers down.
That's okay. You're doing really well. Thank you. We've written so many points. Thank you so much. It's beyond what I could even think of saying. Thank you. You're doing great.
Okay, thank you very much. So that is it from me. I will stop now, and I think we can go for Q&A. If anybody has any questions regarding any of this about my journey or how I've overcome. I know I'm not a expert, obviously. I just started, but if anybody has questions, please shoot.
So the floor is now open to anyone. Please feel free, everyone, to unmute yourself and just throw as many questions at Harshita as you want. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, this is Shirley. Wow, I'm sitting here feeling very inspired by someone who works really, really hard. I know Barbara works very hard as well, and probably most of the people on her network, but you epitomize hard work. I'm really interested in what keeps you going. What's driving you on?
Thank you for the question. It made me really happy. I think I grew up as a competitive kid, and I just can't give up. It's just that, and also I have really supportive parents. They just don't say no to me. If I want to do something regarding my career, they're like, okay, if you want to do it, you can do it. So that's one push, and nobody else gets it. So I think uh, b- um, I always look forward to a better living, uh, and to be in a better position than I am. And my next favorite thing to do is doing a PhD. And in order to do a PhD, I need a lot of knowledge. So I think that's the thing that is inspiring me to go forward. That I need to achieve more than this. Okay, this is not enough. Someone else is doing better than me, career-wise. So I have to do better and push myself more. So yeah, maybe I'm just competitive. Just can't help it. I need help.
Well, I've done a PhD of sorts, but I don't think you need to know lots to do one. You just need lots of dedication and some incentive in what you're studying, and be prepared to focus on it in depth.
Wow. Wow, thank you very much for that. And what PhD have you done? Sorry.
It's a doctorate rather than a PhD, but
Uh-huh.
it's in coaching and mentoring. So I have a background in IT, but
Okay.
yeah, but
Oh, that's fantastic.
my doctorate's in coaching and mentoring. Yeah,
That's perfect. Thank you very much.
you're welcome. But thank you. It was really inspiring.
Thank you.
Yep. So let's see if there's any questions in the chat. I know I've been typing in the chat. Let's see. Wow.
Hello, Harshita.
Hello.
You're doing so well. I'm so inspired. Thank you so much. It is real. Everything you're talking about, it's not like it's written in a book and you are reading.
Yeah.
It's so real. I can see, I can feel it, and it's a lot of good information. If one day I want to come to the UK, then I know I have first-hand information of everything you have said. Thank you so
Thank
very
you very
much.
much.
And so sorry I can't put my video on. This is mod. I
Oh,
can't
no
put my
problem.
video on because of
Thank you
where
very
I am.
much.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you.
Any more questions, please, before we wrap it up? Hashita, I love a few things you said because it resonates with me. I came in as a student as well. And that was
Yeah.
the first thing you said, but I didn't do some of the things. So you're obviously wiser than me. If I'd done it, I think I would have even, accelerated more
No,
than where I am.
you're definitely smart. Like smart. So.
So, so one of the first things you said is have a good relationship with I think your lecturer, you had a mentor, right? In
Yes.
uni, who
Yeah.
helped you to drive you towards your career ambition. And also, I like the way you linked the IT field and its sustainability, at least for 10 to 15 years,
Yeah.
because a lot of us come in and whatever is booming at the time. So I did business before 10 years later on moving into IT, or 7 years later on moving into IT. I don't regret it because business is also good. And in IT, there's a lot of things that I've learned that I can use in IT. But
Yes.
sometimes I wish I did IT when I studied business. I used to be so scared of IT, all this coding and things like that. I wish I'd just done the basics, So I'm really pleased to hear that you did, when you decided to embark in a field, you didn't just look at the short term, you looked at the long term as well.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's really important. And you talked about having friends. I totally get you, because when you come in as a foreign student, it can be a lonely planet.
Yeah.
I left UK after being in UK for years and then came back in, and I still felt lonely because everybody was too busy and nobody really wanted to
Yeah,
know.
that is true.
Yeah, nobody wanted. Whereas when I went to the Philippines, which is the country that I was in, the taxi driver wanted to know everything about you. Your next door neighbor wanted to know, where do you come from? What do you eat? What other people like? Everybody was so interested in you more than you would want to know about them. But then here, maybe because of the culture as well, British people are very reserved and they don't like to pry and all that.
Yeah.
You just think, who can ask you a question?
Everybody has a busy life, so
Yeah, exactly. So I totally
Yeah.
understand that. And you're absolutely right. The rights association can make you or break you. And I really, it resonates.
Yeah.
So what's
Thank
your
you.
final, nobody else is asking a question. So what's your final giveaway? What would you say to anyone who is abroad trying to come in with the visa issues? What opportunities do you know are there right now that you can say, hey, this is the field, and when you come in, A, B, C, D is what you can look into? Are there any websites, anything else that you can?
Okay, so regarding the visas, so right now, from 2020, from literally from this year, there's a new visa that has been implemented for international students. It's called post-study work visa. So
Okay.
it gives you two years of time after your studies,
Okay.
for you to be able to search for a job and to get a job. So basically, you don't have to for you to apply for that visa, you don't have to have a job already. So even if you're unemployed after your graduation, you are free to go and get that visa, just so you can stay in this country for another 2 years and search for job. But after that PSW, you will need, you can't extend the PSW, except for you do another course, but you'll have to get a sponsorship, a work visa sponsorship. Regarding all the information, the official information, I think everything is updated in the civil service website and in the government website. I can paste it in the chat
Thank
later.
you.
I will search for the legit one. Is it
Thank you.
Barbara? Is it okay if I paste it in the WhatsApp chat or
Yes, please. Yes, please.
yeah,
Put it in the WhatsApp chat, the Obapa WhatsApp chat, and I will pass it on to any other sites
yeah.
that are, yeah,
They are
escalated.
very updated. They literally update it very quickly. So
Yeah.
it's a very updated page, and you can get all of the official information there. And regarding on a general note, I think here, work wise or general life wise, I have seen the worst and I have seen the best.
Mhm.
So I'd say don't judge too quickly.
Okay.
So just hope for the best and just try to be the best. Yeah.
Thank you. And I know you also talked about the part-time job that you did.
Mm-hmm.
And also you then moved on to start looking for, you applied, made 50 to 100 applications at some point in a day. What
Yeah.
type of websites, can you share some of the websites that you use with us, please? Yes, because some of the website will be more favorable to international students than not. Do you know what I mean? So if
Yeah.
you don't mind, kindly share some of those with us as well.
Okay. So both of the jobs that I've got are from civil service. So civil
Okay.
service website is one website that I've
Yeah.
searched for, and mainly I think LinkedIn has helped me a lot.
Okay.
So LinkedIn has a feature where you can just keep your resume ready in the LinkedIn, and
Okay.
whenever you're applying for jobs, you can directly click and submit. That's how I was able to submit 50. You can just click 50 times a day rather than filling applications 50 times a day. So I used to like send applications 50 times. In LinkedIn is rather easier. It is, so if someone visits your profile, they can see all of your achievements or your qualifications. So I think LinkedIn is very important. And the I tried Indeed and other job websites, but they didn't really help me well. But civil service job website and LinkedIn have helped me really well, and I can paste the link. And if anybody wants to make a connection with me on LinkedIn, I will post my LinkedIn as well, so you can
Fantastic.
send me a request and we can be friends.
Fantastic. I don't think we're connected, are we?
Don't think so, Barbara.
Yeah,
I'll,
come on,
I'll
just
send
do
you a
that.
request.
Put
Yeah.
your name in the chat quickly so that people can connect to you here. And
Yeah.
then we'll put it on the Obapa as well for people to connect to, and I'll share it on all other platforms as well. But is there
Yes.
anything else that anyone, we've got 4 minutes to go. Is there
Um, can,
anything else?
can I just ask if you got help, Harshita, with your LinkedIn profile, or did you just know how to do it yourself?
Oh, that's a very good question. So there's a career service department in my university. So I went there and they gave me ideas on how to use LinkedIn, because LinkedIn is like a social media and you need to know the tricks to get the attention from the job postings. So you need to use like a few keywords. So especially I am a software engineer and I'm also a data scientist. So when I'm describing myself in the description, it is very important for me to use the keywords like data science, computer science, and the experience that I've gotten. And other important keywords are the technology that I use. For example, if I'm using visualization, I'm really good at visualization. It is very important for me to use that visualization, because HRs or someone who is looking for an employee, they type in, they don't look for your name. So they type in software engineers who are looking for jobs, or software engineers in the LinkedIn search, and you need to be able to be on the top page. So if your description says software engineer, you will be the first option for them to contact you. So LinkedIn is more of keywords. So these kind of tips I've gotten from my career service, and it's okay to talk to strangers in LinkedIn. if you find someone has a really good experience and their job description says that they are experienced, like 10 years experience or 5 years experience, it's okay to connect with them even if you don't know them, and send them a quick message and ask them for suggestions on how you can develop your LinkedIn or resume or anything as such. So I have definitely gotten advice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow, Harshita, thank you. Thank you for your time. You've given us loads of punchy, productive insights, into how to, the whole journey from when you're leaving to when you arrive and what you do, and trying to stay on that path, the highs and the lows. It is really what it is on the label. We are so grateful for your time, and keep on shining. Yep, PhD sounds good. I want to do PhD, but I'm too scared.
You've got a master's in Oxford. Oh my God, that's mind blowing. Oxford is my dream. I would just visit there and just get done with it.
No, but PhD is for the intelligent ones. I don't know if I have that brain, But congratulations on securing your, I know you're spoiled for choice now. Congratulations. You've clearly worked hard, and you've also empowered us today by just giving us that insight into what we can do. So I'm sure a few people will be benefited. Those who are looking to embark on that journey, because of you, they will be getting it right. We know that every speaker we've invited so far has left a mark that you can see on the platform. People are getting jobs. Practically, we're having 2 or 3 people every week getting better jobs and being in better positions. If it's not getting a job, something good is happening, and that's what we're all about. We're here to inspire each other and to empower each other so that we can create value, and you've created value to all of us. So thank you for your time. Thank you to everyone who's logged in as well. And let's spread the good news, and let's keep growing. Let's keep doing well. Thank you all.
Thank you very much.
I've recorded it, so I'll share it. Give me 5 working days. I'll share it with all of you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Have a good evening.
Thank you very much.
We need you to connect. Well,
sorry?
You need me to disconnect you all.
No, we need you to connect to Harshita on LinkedIn, because for me, she's third connection, so I can't connect to her just like that.
Right, I'll do that straight away.
Okay.
Harshita, can you tell Shirley how Shirley can connect to you, please?
Yes. Can you send me your LinkedIn name in the chat, please, so I can just send you a request?
Have you got a premium profile then?
Yes, I've got a premium profile.
Okay.
Good night, everyone. Have a lovely weekend. What's left of it. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yes, it's far.
Yes.
They're going to buy egg. Is there over there? there. That black gate. But mommy, I should follow them and they will now come back to. Let me show them where it is now.
Where?
Where Pastor your.
But you're not wearing clothes because of mosquito.